but you and I have something in common. We're both immigrants.
Ah, yeah. Tell me.
We came to this country in different ways.
Yeah.
And I was born in Canada. Grew up in an area of Toronto, which was like 99% Jewish. I am Jewish. And my high school was 99.9% Jewish. The school would almost close on Jewish holidays. The only people there would be the Jewish teachers. And I moved to the United States because I met a woman. She didn't want to move to Canada to get married and live there. She thought it was cold. Go figure. So I moved here, and I had a pretty seamless transition. I mean, it's often joked that Canadians and Americans, they kind of look pretty much the same. The only thing that was giving me away in the beginning was my accent. I had a certain way of saying words like, I used to say it was the word, and I say is about, but I was saying about more, so I just trained myself. I was very quickly eager to get assimilated, and organization became organization pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. So for the most part, been pretty smooth sailing for me. Now for you were born in England, and you moved to Barbados, and by the time you came to the United States, you were 20 years old.
Yes.
And you fairly quickly got a label that changed your life.
Well, put it this way. When I came to the United States, I really didn't understand how much race mattered. I knew about race in a general sense. I knew it sort of intellectually. But as a Black woman coming to the United States, I quickly discovered that people treated me in a way that felt very different than any experience that I'd had before. And I had traveled a bit, but the Caribbean was still primarily the place where I had spent most of my time at that point. So I came to this country and discovered that in America, a woman who looks like me is a Black American woman, which is great. I love being a Black American woman. What was a challenge for me is I didn't know what that meant at the time. What is this sort of idea of who a Black American woman is? What does she believe? What does she think? How does she feel? What does she care about? Well, I discovered that all of these ideas were projected onto me and into what I call an avatar of Black American woman. So I had to figure out quickly how to be a Black American woman so that I could both, take advantage of being a Black American woman, but also understand the negative things that I felt coming my way. And of course, decades later, that is now a second nature to me. I understand that. Mm-hmm. However, the most important thing at that time was I discovered that it was something that people seemed to have a perception that I thought was a negative perception. Expectations of me were lower. People would observe things about me that were not, or sort of project things onto me that weren't accurate. And because I had come here to be a student and I was focused on being an A student, I think the one thing that really shocked me was how surprised people always were about my capabilities. So yes, Michael, for me, coming to the United States felt like coming to a different planet with regard to sort of my day-to-day experiences.